Hello everybody and welcome. In this video we are going to talk about a new sign from an oak tree. Oak tree is a well discussed topic among these prophecies or prophetic dreams. A lot of people are talking about the oak tree, including Kim Clement and Brandon Biggs. We are going to talk about a new sign which is actually very interesting concerning an oak tree. Then we go back to the first oak tree, which is Elon Musk. Elon in Hebrew or in the name of the Bible means basically oak tree. And in this video we are going to talk about the role that Elon Musk is playing right now in the future, but also concerning cryptocurrencies, and in specific what kind of relationship does Elon Musk have, direct or indirect, with Ripple XRP. This is going to be very interesting, guys. We are going to talk about a XRP price prediction. We're going to have a look at the XRP chart. We're going to talk about why everything starts with an X, the end times and mark of the beast. And at the end of this video, guys, it's very important. I'm going to ask you for some help. We want to open a Discord community. So like-minded people on this channel, or like-minded people who are into this, maybe want to relocate, they maybe want to share their dreams, they maybe want to connect with each other so they can fulfill their dreams together. We are going to open a Discord for that, but I need your help. But I will go, that is for the end of this video, so stick around till the end if you are interested to basically to meet up, to meet like-minded people who are in this as well. So first off, we start with a new oak tree sign, and as you guys probably know, BlackRock filed for a XRP ETF, which is already pretty insane, right? It doesn't file for a Solana ETF yet. It's filing for a XRP ETF. I think it has a reason, because XRP is the next cryptocurrency that will be on top of the list. And I've said it already in many videos. I'm not saying that because of these prophetic dreams, although I do think they are very profound and very significant. I say that with my background in technical analysis, that I just see like something is going on, and so far we have been right, because XRP right now is also going up. Today it even touched $1.90, so we're going to mention that as well. But Wisdom Tree is another institution that filed for an XRP ETF. And the crazy part is that the logo of the Wisdom Tree institution is, or it looks very much like an oak tree. So again, this oak tree is a recurring thing that Kim Clement is talking about.
And then the other one is the tree, the oak tree, which is a symbol which people have been researching, not yet revealed. But people are researching out there because it's a puzzle. God won't give us everything because it's not the right time.
Brandon Biggs is talking about this oak tree is coming back, and of course the first oak tree looks very obvious. Elon Musk. Elon means in Hebrew oak tree, and in the Bible the name Elon means oak tree, so that's actually a pretty obvious one. The second one, also actually pretty obvious, the logo of Wisdom Tree, was actually the first institution that is filing for the XRP ETF. BlackRock came afterwards. Maybe, I don't know, this is just really broad thinking. Maybe Wisdom Tree is from BlackRock, and BlackRock don't want to link their name like too soon. They want to work well. I don't know. That's pure speculation. I was just thinking about that. But what we are going to do right now, we are going to have a look at the relationship from Elon Musk with XRP, the direct and indirect relationship. And I want to start off with a video that where you hear Elon Musk talking about a certain cryptocurrency, but pay attention to what he's saying about this specific cryptocurrency. Which words is he using? Which things does he find important with this specific cryptocurrency? Because I think that's actually pretty interesting. So guys, let's listen to Elon Musk.
Part of the reason why I think there's some merit to Dogecoin, even though it was obviously created as a joke, is that it actually does have a much higher transaction volume capability than Bitcoin, and the cost of doing a transaction, the Dogecoin fee is very low. Like right now, if you want to do a Bitcoin transaction, the price of doing that transaction is very high, so you could not use it effectively for most things, and nor could it even scale to a high volume. And when Bitcoin was started, I guess around 2008 or something like that, the internet connections were much worse than they are today, like order of magnitude. They're way worse, in 2008. So like having a small block size or whatever is, and a long synchronization time made sense in 2008. But 2021 or fast forward 10 years, it's like comically low. I'm not saying that it's like the ideal system for a currency, but I think it actually is just fundamentally better than anything else I've seen.
So when analyzing or seeing Elon Musk talking here about Dogecoin, which he admits is made up as a joke, he actually confesses at the end of this video that it's one of the best cryptocurrencies that he has come across, right? And we shouldn't forget the background of Elon Musk. Elon Musk's background, or a big part of his fortune, was actually earned through trying to disrupt the current monetary system with PayPal, right? And the reasons that he is giving why he thinks Dogecoin is one of the better currencies that he came across. Basically, the main points that he makes is that the transaction speed or the transaction fees are better with Dogecoin than with Bitcoin. He also talks about the scale. He said Dogecoin is easier to scale. He's also talking about later in this video, which has nothing to do with Dogecoin, that he doesn't really like a fixed number of currency because it will incentivize people to save instead of spending. He said it's good when there's a little bit currency coming in. That's a different topic, but the main things that he actually mentioned here is that the transaction fees for Dogecoins are lower than that of Bitcoin, and the transaction speed of Dogecoin is faster. Well, if we then now look at XRP, right, XRP does this even better than Dogecoin. So this is also something what feels a little bit confusing. Why? Because Elon Musk, I think generally, if he would be smart, if you would think this too strategically, you're not going to endorse, for example, the cryptocurrency XRP, right? There's a company behind it. It has already a reputation. You link yourself to a not neutral company, basically. But if you link yourself to Doge, but you are giving the exact reasons for why you like Doge, which actually is an argument of why you could like Ripple XRP even more, then I just find it interesting, because he doesn't seem to care that much about the decentralization part. Probably he cares a little bit about it, but he really cares about an efficient system, right? He wants to have an efficient system. Well, if we do see that new standard rolling out in November 2025 with the ISO 222, and the digital US dollar will make international payments, cross-border payments on that network, and Ripple will be active on that network as well, with lower transaction fees, with a faster transaction speed, then you can make these same comments for Ripple being better than Doge, right? But he just never mentions Ripple, but the way that he thinks is definitely more in favor for Ripple XRP token, if you ask me. Another thing that I actually found very interesting, and I don't need to search anything behind that, but XRP actually rebranded it because first the name of XRP was Ripple token, right? It's interesting that this is starting with an X. Like all these things, like a lot of projects that I've been mentioning in the past videos that are kind of like similar or are linked to each other, they start with an X. So we have the ISO 222 compatible compliance tokens. Those are XRP, XLM, we have XDC. Many starts with an X, but if we look at the companies from Elon Musk or the companies basically, then we can see, for example, Twitter, he rebranded to X. The logo, and this is pretty insane, and you probably have already seen this, but the logo of XRP is really, really similar to the Twitter logo. They look almost identical. They are slightly different. Like if you would show a kid the logo of XRP and then, I don't know, half an hour later the logo of Twitter, it would definitely think, yeah, that was the logo I saw the first time. That's how much they look alike. That's another thing. Another company is like SpaceX. We have the Tesla Model X. Again, in his companies, he's using that word X a lot. That I found interesting. Also, I did some research with ChatGPT that I found a little bit interesting as well. Is the date that Ripple rebranded their logo to the X is the same date, or roughly the same date, but a couple of years later, when Elon Musk rebranded Twitter to the letter X. So that happened in the same time frame, but just some years that were in between. So that might it's just an interesting fact, right? It doesn't have to have any significance. So yeah, that really doesn't have to mean anything, but I just thought it was interesting to mention because I just came across that. So the things that Elon Musk and Ripple XRP have basically in common is that Elon Musk has a background where he wants to disrupt monetary system, the current monetary system. He's not happy with the current monetary system. The reasons that he's mentioning why he thinks Dogecoin is actually better than Bitcoin are reasons that you can actually also use for XRP. That tells already that it looks like Elon Musk is not the biggest fan, although he did bought it on the balance sheet from Tesla. He doesn't look like the biggest fan of Bitcoin. Actually looks like he likes Dogecoin even more, right? So another thing that connects them is the logo of the company and the branding. Like XRP, X is a very important letter in Elon Musk library because many things starts with an X. And definitely, guys, you have to think about this. Even though Elon Musk is not talking about it publicly, there is no chance that he is not busy with a new form of currency or a new form of payment, because this guy is on paper publicly the richest person on the planet, right? For who is money more important? For him, money is extremely important. And when he sees a Federal Reserve or banking limitations or the collapse of the US dollars, of course, this guy has a backup plan. He definitely has something planned 100% in terms to preserve his own wealth. Maybe it's in the term of like buying gold and stacking up in his villas or something. Maybe he's having a lot of offshore accounts. Yeah, of course he will have a lot of offshore accounts. Maybe he has a lot of unregistered crypto, or maybe registered crypto, or crypto through different companies. Who knows? But the richest person on the planet who has a background in trying to disrupt the current monetary system because he already sees the flaws years and years ago. It would be really naive to think that this guy would just follow what's happening, right? He would just follow, oh yeah, no, we're now going to use the CBDC, okay, we're just going to go in that guy, he 100% has a plan, 100%, and he's not communicating that honestly and publicly on podcasts, because of course he would not do that, because he might get a lot of bad publicity or people turning their back against him. And this is something that actually felt a bit like what happened during the COVID times in the Netherlands, which actually made me feel like, okay, now I definitely feel there is some form of manipulation going on, is when COVID just came, and then the Dutch minister, he was on television saying that, we are not going to close the country. We are going to keep the country open. We are going to save the economy, like keep the economy going on. And while that was happening, while he was saying, no, we're not going to close, economy is the number one priority, on the television, every time you had these Chinese videos, right, of like people collapsing. So the natural effect would be that the people in the street, the people in society would feel like, hey, but what do you mean? Like, of course you have to close the country. Everyone is doing that. So then the people make the decision, and this is what's really smart, because if he would make the decision, no, we're going to close the country, now it's over, we want to control, blah blah blah, then the people would feel like they might become more rebellious, right? Because they feel it is done to them. But you can make a certain manipulation tactic where you actually make the choice you don't want to make, but you give scenarios, for example, on television, to make people panic, so that people are going to make that choice from themselves. So then you just listen to the people, while that was actually your plan all along. Well, I'm not saying that Elon Musk is doing that right now with us with Ripple. I'm just saying that the way that these people think, or the way that people on the top think, is more sophisticated than what I just explained to you. This is just a situation that I recognize, because when I then suddenly see he flipping his opinion or flipping the policy so fast, it was like, hey, wow, it really looked like that was the intention to begin with. Right? And eventually I found that actually very smart. I was actually quite baffled by like, whoa, that is really, really smart. Because no one has the feeling that you screwed them. Everyone has the feeling, we made that decision, we wanted this to happen, and you listened to us, right? And he's just like chilling because that's what he wanted all along, right? So probably it goes way deeper than the situation that I just, it goes way deeper than that. So that's what I'm trying to say. It would be really naive to think that a person like Elon Musk doesn't have a plan for virtual currency. He has many plans out there. He got a plan A, B, C, and those plans are thought through. For you and me, they will come as a surprise. Wow, what's happening now? Oh, he is announcing this. But in the background of these billionaires, for sure, there are many people, many smart, intelligent minds are working for alternatives to steer the public opinion in the direction that they want. So yeah, I just found that interesting to share with you. You can let me know in the comment section what you think about this. Do you think they just live day by day, or do you really think like they plan really deep, they plan really smart, and for most people it will come as a surprise. It will definitely come as a surprise. That's one of the things that really helps me to recognize this manipulation, is to always look at the results instead of the process and instead of the story. So if you, for example, like this is another example of COVID, but if you just look at the results, right? For example, in my country, you had like, there was a lockdown, the gyms were closed, the public swimming pool was closed, public parks were closed, but the liquor shop was open and the McDonald's was open. And of course, people want to drink alcohol and people want to have fast food, but for me, and of course, like the story of the pandemic, like if you would explain this, like if you would explain that, right, then people could be like, yeah, but the pandemic and such happening, and you're spreading bacteria and people get infected and stuff like that. Yes, but if you just look at the results, you see like, hey, a lot of places where people actually come for their health are closed. Unhealthy places which would actually help them die sooner are open, right? That by itself is already really weird if you just look at the result, right? So when you just look at the result, you don't connect emotionally, you just look at the result, you would be like, wow, that is weird, right? It's with many examples. I had a discussion with a friend about it also in the past couple of days. Like sometimes people can do something crazy to you. They can even harm you or abuse you while you are defending that person. So one person would do something to you, right? And you would be like, yeah, but that person is like this, and he did this and this in the past, and you will have a whole emotional story to basically defend why this person is maybe harming you. That can also be a coping mechanism. But if you go back to the basics and you just think like, okay, we have one human being, we have another human being, two blank slates, two human beings who have the right to live, and one human being is saying or is doing this to another human being. If you look at it from that, you would be like, whoa, that's ridiculous. Why would you treat someone like that? Right? But when you are in it, you are going to have this emotional connection. You are going to explain. You have coping mechanism, which is you will make rational stories in your head, which makes it more difficult to see through illusions, to see through what is really happening. That's why I think when you only look at the results, right? When you only look at the results, you can actually say like, okay, I think this is good or this is bad. I want to spend my time here. I don't want to spend my time here. But okay, guys, we are going to dive right now into XRP chart. So when we go to the XRP chart, guys, we can actually see we broke this triangle formation. We have some consolidation right here. We are looking at the weekly chart, but we're just going up. We basically touched the previous bull market high from 2021, which is, I would say, quite a big milestone, right? But we are not yet to the middle of the channel, and I think we at least can push up to the middle of the channel. And one of the prophecies, or one of the things that Brandon Biggs has been saying about XRP is that it goes to 45 cents and then it will take off, and it will be very, very quickly at $5, right? So that would be at roughly here. And so far, it's actually following that path, right? I mean, we have this 7-year consolidation. We went to roughly 45 cents. That was like roughly here. We went actually a little bit lower. And from there, we had some time right here. But the moment from here, we just taking off. And we haven't had that many pullbacks. And it looks like this wants to continue to go higher. We have the ETFs that are being filed. I think that can also bring in some institutional liquidity, because that's something that we have seen with Bitcoin as well. So I'm very curious if Brandon Biggs' prophecy comes true, in the sense of that it will shoot up very quickly to $5. Is it possible? I definitely think it's possible. It's XRP. If you look at like the price behavior it had in the past, it's typically crazy price action. But for me personally, what would make more sense from a technical analysis standpoint is that we do get some resistance at the middle of this channel, which would align with the all-time high of XRP at roughly $3.60. That would be the middle of the channel right now. If we meet that channel further in the future, so if we would meet that like later, we could see a $5 XRP and touch the middle of the channel. And of course, we can also like overshoot the channel, like something we do that, as you can see right here. We overshoot the resistance, and then we can touch $5. So it's actually becoming, with the structure right now, it's becoming more realistic to hit $5. However, I would say from a technical standpoint, definitely the previous all-time high is going to be a hurdle, going to be some resistance. But there's also a but. We have a very beautiful kind of W formation if we come to that previous all-time high, and if we can break that previous all-time high, and we do something like this would be extremely bullish, because the technical target of that formation would be the neckline, depending if you want to take the neckline right here, because I think that would be more conservative. And this is the breakout that we are seeing right now, roughly at these levels. That would bring the price of XRP to $11, target of this W formation. And then I'm talking about this being the resistance and this being a W. So very interesting, guys. I think a lot of things are actually looking bullish for XRP. It doesn't look like, of course, we can see corrections in the short-term time frame, but generally concerning this bull market, it looks like XRP wants to continue to go higher to, in my opinion, at least to the middle of the channel right here, to $3.60. Now I would like to make a jump to a video from Brandon Biggs where he's talking about the end times, and what he's saying is just very, very interesting, and it's also becoming more realistic in this world. So guys, let's just have a look at it and chat about it afterwards.
I was shown the mark of the beast. I was shown what it is, and I believe, and I'm not saying it's Neuralink, but I'm saying it is a type of Neuralink, what Elon Musk is working on. I'm not saying it is that, but it's the technology, that kind of technology. It's very small, but what happens is they inject it in your hand or they inject it in your forehead. Because of 5G towers, they're not everywhere. The Antichrist, when he rules and reigns over the earth, he will rule over everything. So the satellites, Starlink, there's literally, I believe, hundreds of them in the sky now. But there will be, when this takes place, there will be a lot more. And it provides internet signal throughout the whole world, right? And it's controlled by computers. So when this Starlink takes place and it happens, it will be able to communicate to the chips from Neuralink. Neuralink and Starlink will be like buddies. Okay? And when they inject that chip inside of your hand or your forehead, it will communicate to the internet up above the Earth atmosphere with Starlink. I saw the government from all over the world start to use drones all over the place to look out for anybody that did not have the mark of the beast.
So this is of course a big horror story, but again, Brandon is not the only one who's talking about this. The end times are coming. This is part of that great wealth transfer. I personally, of course, hope that nothing like this will ever happen, but I do gotta be honest that a cryptocurrency like XRP can definitely be a factor in that. Actually, any cryptocurrency, because it's even though cryptocurrency is decentralized, doesn't really matter which cryptocurrency, it can always become centralized, right? I mean, if you have total control over the society and you own all the computing power with quantum computers, or you just own all the computing power, or you just forbid people to mine Bitcoin, you're the only institution that can mine Bitcoin, then the system of Bitcoin is a decentralized system, but it's not decentralized. Bitcoin can still become centralized. So a world where you can only pay with cryptocurrency is actually a very dangerous world, even though I'm very pro cryptocurrency and I've been already busy with cryptocurrency since 2016. I can also see the dangers of cryptocurrencies and the dangers to have everything 100% digital. So a world where there is 100%, for example, one cryptocurrency that's governing the whole entire world, then we are completely dependent on who is in charge of the world, for that to be either a good, bad sign, or maybe for some people it will be good and for some people it will be bad, right? I think the most important thing, if we want to have freedom, because freedom is actually the most important keystone for a lot of things, right? To have free will, to make the right decisions, to improve oneself. Freedom is one of the most important things, and government should have actually a very minimal role in our society. There might be like a very small government that can maybe help with some things, like maybe like an institution or government that is for example like for building roads or stuff like that. But other things where governments are really busy with what is being taught at school, how do banks work, who does and does not get a bank account, who is right and who's not right, who you can sell your house to, how much you are able to charge for, like all these rules probably is not something that we want in a society. We want to have more free society where people can where people can rely on this and on themselves, can take their own responsibility. I think that is very important. And with crypto, it's definitely a little bit dangerous, because in this time and age, it is empowering you and me to become and live more decentralized, right? We can easily, if we right now being unbanked because of a wrong political opinion or whatnot, we can basically use crypto. We can go to another country. We can send crypto across borders. That's very nice, and it definitely brings a lot of opportunities. But there's also a lot of dangers if crypto becomes, for example, a new world reserve currency. Crypto is the only form of payment everywhere. It's only able to be accepted. Then it's also a CBDC. Like, it's the same dangers of a CBDC apply on any crypto, because the decentralization can become centralized if an institution or government becomes so powerful that they really control all the computing power, all the miners of a certain cryptocurrency. So if we want to have a free society, crypto can be there, and it can be very handy, and it can be a tool that we can use to as a medium of exchange. But it cannot be the only medium of exchange. So we should have like a system where multiple systems can be at the same place. So you can either pay with crypto, but you also should be allowed to pay with silver, to pay with gold, or to do it differently, right? That should become more normal. Maybe even barter again. Like, hey, I'll clean your garden if you give me like 20 eggs or something like that. Of course, you can do that like one-to-one. I don't know exactly the rules, but these things should all be legal. So you should be able to interact with the economy, to interact and exchange value among other people and society on multiple ways. So not there's only one currency. That's a big red flag if you ask me. So basically that's my opinion, and that's what I wanted to share in today's video. Always important to listen to your heart, follow your own intuition. Like I said, look at the results, look at your intuition, look at your heart. Don't get caught up too much in the story, like the emotional side of the story. It's maybe important to stay grounded, especially in these times, because a lot of crazy things are happening. And that brings me to the next part, guys. That is the Discord community. I already have for a long period of time, I have in my mind that I want to probably go to another country. I would love to meet like-minded people. And I also like, because that's what I see an opportunity here. I would like to help other people to find each other as well. So maybe you have a plan. You want to go to Paraguay, or you want to go to Spain, or you want to go to a different country, but you want to go with a community, or you want to see that you get some information from other people that maybe are already there, or maybe have a plan to go to another country because they have certain reasons for that, and maybe those reasons can convince you as well. I think it's good to have a community based on this wealth transfer thing. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to ask you guys for help, is I want to create a Discord for this channel. Then you can join this Discord, but I need some help as well. So I don't have that much experience with Discord, but I know for a fact that there are many scammers, there are many bots trying to get into Discord. So my question is, if you have knowledge about Discord, I can create a Discord, and you can send me your Discord name, your email address with a form down below, and I can make you admin. And once you are admin, you can help to be active in that community. You can maybe help set up some things so bots cannot enter the chat, or scammers don't really have a chance to be there. Everyone, of course, should be very careful for themselves. Also, right here in the comment section, I got a comment the other day like, can't you delete all those comments? Sometimes the video gets so much comments and it goes the whole day. So for me personally, I decided I'm not going to touch that. I've did that in the past. I flagged so many people, because me as a content creator who's uploading the video, I can basically select the comment and then also select this person can never ever comment on the channel again. I did that so many times that it becomes like a day task, right? Every time, like, okay, this is a scam, never comment. This is a scam, never comment. And the next day, they are all again, and they come during the whole day. So at one moment, I just gave up, and I told myself, like, I'm not going to interfere with these comments anymore, because it's just not stopping, right? You have to be careful for yourself. A lot of things in the comment section down below and on the internet in general are scams. You got to be very careful when clicking links. Most of the time, if you don't know on which link you are clicking, don't click on the link. And if you read here in the comment section, comments even from me, so when I comment under your comment, when I react to you, I have a check mark there. There's a check mark behind my name which shows, okay, this is the creator of the video that is reacting right now. If that check mark is not there, then it's not me who's commenting. That's basically a scammer who made another account with the same logo. So it might look for you that I comment, but then in the end it's not my comment. When people talk about other tokens, you can see the way that they write. It's often a scam. When people talk about, hey, I just invested 1 Bitcoin at this and this person and I just got like 1.5 Bitcoin back, or something stupid like that. If they really make money, why would you be in the YouTube comment section, right? So these are just scams. Be very careful for that. Don't lose your money. And I get a lot of questions as well from you guys. What is cold storage and how can you get your crypto in a cold storage? Well, that's very basic cryptocurrency knowledge that you actually have to know if you want to be part of this. If you believe in this wealth transfer, for sure you got to do your research in that. But the basic story is you have a cryptocurrency exchange where you can create an account. You can use your bank account to buy cryptocurrencies. Cold storage is like a USB or like a device that is not your computer, but it's like a separate device where you can store your crypto on, and that crypto cannot be touched unless that device is there to confirm certain transactions. So when you have crypto on a cold storage, which is on a separate device, and the exchange go bankrupt or something, yeah, you still have your tokens, right? If you have your tokens on an exchange and the exchange goes bankrupt, who knows what is going to happen. We've seen in 2022 FTX collapse as well, one of the biggest exchanges. In the bull market, I don't really expect these things to happen, but if there comes the new bear market, which most likely will come, then many companies will fall. Like previous bear market, we have seen BlockFi, Celsius, FTX. Like these were big American companies, except FTX, although they had also American customers. These were huge companies, multi-billion-dollar companies. No one would thought that they would fail, and eventually the bear market comes. A lot of their assets is based on cryptocurrencies. They borrow a lot. Then the value of cryptocurrency comes down, and they run into problems, right? And if you are a customer, you are going to run into these problems as well. So you want to store it on cold storage, guys. Like I said, help me out with the Discord. If you have knowledge about Discord, I make a Google form down below. If you put your Discord username there, tell me a little bit what you want to do there, then I can make you admin, and yeah, you can help basically run the Discord and meet people. And for the ones that are interested, I will then mention once the Discord is ready. I will mention and like invite you guys to come on there in one of the next videos. Okay, guys, I wish you a beautiful day and hope to see every single one of you in the next one. Bye bye.